I work for the University of Law, as you can see on the slide. Thank you very much for taking time to join me today. I hope you will find this session informative and useful as well at the same time. What we will do is we're going to go through the presentation. I'll try and make it as brief as I can, at the same time giving you some information that you were hoping to see today. And towards the end, as you were told, I'll keep some time to answer your questions as well. So please feel free to drop the questions in the drop box, in the chat box. It's really good to have as many questions as possible, because that's in that way I will be able to answer your or provide more specific information or answer your questions better than addressing as an overall generic presentation. So with that, let's look at that. I just want to give you the agenda as well. Like we would be looking at just overall how one can become a lawyer in the UK. So we'll be talking about the routes to legal practice here in the UK. We will be talking about academic business and academic undergrad and master's programs that we offer in law, as well as we also talk about our business school and the various programs that are offered by our business school here in the UK. So before we get into the topic of routes to legal practice itself, just to give you an overview of who we are. I'm not sure how many of you have already heard about the University of Law. We are one of the UK's longest established legal education providers. So we've been around for a long time. We were established back in 1800s. So we have a very long history and heritage. We've practiced or we've trained more lawyers in the UK than anyone else. So that's a great credential to have. We have the UK's largest legal alumni group with over 64,000 members, working in different sectors. It's not that everyone is a solicitor or a barrister. They work in different areas. For example, Sadiq Khan, who is the current mayor of London, he's one of our alumni. So we do have like really good our alumni can work in different sectors, including politics. And from the beginning, University of Law is slightly different. We're quite different from other universities. Traditionally, most of the UK universities are research-focused, research-oriented. So what that means is, they do a lot of research, and it's more based on that. The universities design courses which are very academic in nature, and so there's a lot of theory that is involved. Obviously, that is shifting towards a bit more, more practicality as well in the recent times. But it is a very research and theory focused. That has been the traditional approach by a lot of UK universities. Whereas University of Law, we always worked very closely with the industry. So we were actually set up by a legal firm back in the 1800s. So we always had the connection with the industry, and we always focused at vocational or employability. Employability was one of our main ethos. So training the lawyers or training current employees was always one of the priorities for the institution. So that's why we work with a lot of law firms in the UK, not only law firms, even a lot of businesses as well. If you look at the top 100 law firms, we work with 90 of those top 100 law firms. We have an award-winning pro bono team. So those of you who are from legal background, you will understand this terminology, pro bono. So every campus has a pro bono clinic where a general public here in the UK who cannot afford a legal advice by paying, by hiring a solicitor, or by hiring a lawyer, they do come to our campuses, these clinics, for legal advice. So these are the real cases. And at any given time, we have over 3,000 such cases in our database. And that's a fantastic opportunity for our legal law students to gain real, case experience while they are studying. And we also have a award-winning employability service, which is one of the largest in the UK, who will help you, in every step of your way from towards your job or
Excuse me, my
towards
friend.
employment preparation. So if you if you don't mind, if you could keep the questions towards the end, if that's okay, and then we could maybe I'll pick up the questions later on for the sake of everyone. Right, thank you. So the other way we are very different from other UK universities is we do not have one central campus. We have campuses across the UK. So we have multiple campuses. Two are in central London, London Bloomsbury and London Margate, very central. Apart from these two central London campuses, we have campuses in Birmingham, Bristol, Chester, Guildford, Leeds, and Manchester and Nottingham. So these are our own campuses in the UK. And apart from this, we also offer law programs with three Russell Group universities, in three Russell Group universities campuses. So University of Exeter, University of Liverpool, and University of Reading. As you know, these are all, these three are Russell Group universities. And we do have partnerships with Russell Group universities. And we also have a campus in Hong Kong. So just before we talk about the routes to practice, I just want to, there are two types of legal professions in the UK. One is two types of lawyers, for the matter, so one is solicitors, and the other type of lawyer is barristers. So there's a clear differentiation between what solicitors do and what barristers do in the UK. Solicitors mainly perform legal work outside the court, whereas barristers, they work inside the court. Yeah, so that's a very generic differentiation. But if you look at what solicitors actually do, so when someone says that they are going to see their lawyer, they are usually referring to a solicitor. So the solicitors are the people, the first point of contact for any client, whether that is an individual or a corporate. And solicitors can work in a very big, a wide range of organizations. They can work in a commercial law firm, non-commercial law firms, private businesses, governments, banks and financial services, and multinational corporations. So it's a huge, they can work in different sectors with different specializations as well. So they can specialize in, say, corporate law or family law or criminal law, finance, property, etc. So it's a wide range of options that are available. And most of the times, solicitors advise clients. So their job is to mainly to get in touch with the clients. They understand the case. They advise clients what to do, what not to do. They do undertake negotiations and then draft legal documents. So a lot of cases, or a lot of work legal work that happens outside the court anyways, so they don't have to be, not all the cases are brought into the court. So solicitors are those people who actually facilitate all that negotiations and drafting of legal documents. Primarily their job can be perceived as a desk job, but it does involve a lot of analysis and a lot of research about the case, and a lot of expertise and knowledge in that area. And it also involves a bit of a traveling to see clients, especially when if you're working for a corporate law firm. And also they can also represent clients in court, but in a lower level court. So whereas barristers, on the other hand, you can clearly make out who a barrister is. They are the people who wear the wig and gown in the courts, and they usually work at a higher level of courts than solicitors. So these are the advocates and judges that we see. So those are the barristers, and they also, like solicitors, they also have specialist knowledge or expertise, or field that they can that they can practice, and they do not come in contact with the public as much as solicitors do. As I mentioned, solicitors are the first point of contact for most of the clients, but they are given the details of the case by the solicitor. So solicitors have done a lot of groundwork, and then they pass on, if that case has to be dealt in a higher level court, it will be passed on to the barrister. Yeah. Most of the barristers in the UK are self-employed, so they work in chambers, so with other barristers. So it's a group of barristers, and so that they can share costs of operations. But they can also be employed in-house by as advisors with financial services companies, banks, and solicitor firms. So, I mean, it just depends on these two are different, two different professions in my, from my understanding or from the way that I see, because they both require different skill set, different personality, different knowledge as well. Obviously, there's a lot of overlap in terms of the knowledge itself, but two different, there's two different outlook. It's a different outlook altogether. So it all depends on your career aspirations, career plans, your goals. Some countries, obviously, there is a clear differentiation between barrister and solicitors. Some countries do not have such big difference, distinguishing. So everyone does everything. So it just depends on that. So, for example, a lot of students from India, they prefer to pursue the solicitor route qualification because most of them are looking to practice in corporate law, right? So for them, solicitor route works quite well. But we do have a lot of students from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, from Middle East, from other countries, where they really want to become a barrister here because their UK barrister qualification has some reputation and there is a prestige associated with it back in their when they go back to their home countries. But it is barristership is a very competitive route, so that's one thing that one has to be aware of. So these are the different. This is a route to become a solicitor or a barrister. So, for example, like as you can see, there are two different. The purple and blue. Purple is the one route to become barrister, and the blue is to become a solicitor. And to become a barrister or solicitor, just LLB is not sufficient. So one cannot practice law just with LLB in the UK. They have to do a mandatory professional qualification after their UK LLB. So these courses are called BPC, Bar Practice Course, and LPC, Legal Practice Course. So these are the mandatory qualifications that are required. I mean, actually, University of Law, we've been offering BPC and LPC longer than any other university. So sorry, yeah. So and then we have a fantastic track record for these. So these are our flagship programs. And we've been training, that's what, it goes back to the first slide. We've trained the most practicing lawyers in the UK. So we've been offering these two programs for a long, long time. And we've mastered the, art of delivery for these programs. So the prerequisite to come to BPC or LPC is one should have a UK qualifying law degree. In a nutshell, that means one should have a UK LLB degree. Yeah. So the specific entry criteria is there in the website. Is there on the website. You could maybe refer to that also. But the prerequisite is a LLB, UK LLB, and for most of the international students do not have UK LLB degree, obviously. So for them, we offer a bridge program or a conversion program called Graduate Diploma in Law or MA Law. So these two are exactly the same course, just that MA Law comes with 3 months of dissertation or a project report. So, but for this first 9 months, exactly the same content. So it doesn't make any difference whether you choose Graduate Diploma in Law or MA Law. So a lot of our international students, after their LLBs from their home country, they come and they start their journey with Graduate Diploma in Law or MA Law as a stage 1. And once they finish GDL or MA Law, then they proceed to Bar Practice Course or Legal Practice Course, depending on which route they are taking. So this is Graduate Diploma in Law. Again, it's 9 months course. MA Law is one year, so it depends on which one you're taking. So about 10 months to 12 months. in the stage 1, and the stage 2 would be bar practice course or LPC. Both are 1-year courses. So your study-wise, if you're coming to the UK to become a barrister or a solicitor, your qualification, your study time period would be 2 years, MA Law and BPC, or MA Law plus LPC, or GDL plus LPC. And to become a solicitor after LPC, you'll have to do 2 years of training contract with a law firm. That's a paid training contract. So you'll be like a trainee solicitor. That is a prerequisite to before you join SRA, before you apply to the SRA to be admitted as solicitor. So it's a 4-year route in total. So 2 years of study, that is GDL plus LPC, and then 2 years of training contract. But that's a training contract is your employment. You're in a full-time training solicitor, and most often this is a paid training contract. You'll get paid for that. So that's a fantastic route, and our success rate in placing students with a training contract.
Injury webinar,
and helping students helping students to gain this training contract is really high. So if you talk about the barrister qualification route, it's similar. Your stage 1 will remain the same, GDL or MA Law, and after that BPC. And after BPC, you'll have to do 1-year training under a barrister. So that is called pupillage. Right. So after you're done with pupillage, then you can become a barrister here in the UK. So these are the. I mean, obviously there are more. There's more more to it in terms of the qualification route, but these are the broad. So it is a broad sort of a clear. But there's the various steps that one should follow to become a barrister or solicitor in the UK. But if you have a UK qualifying law degree, you can directly come for BPC or LPC. Right. So with that, I don't want us to spend too much time on the same, on the routes. I hope you've got that. But if you have any questions, just feel free to send me an email. I'll leave my email ID towards the end of the presentation. So if you look at the LPC, for example, I just wanted to. So LPC and BPC, as I said, these are the two professional masters. They have a fantastic. They're designed to train you as a solicitor or a barrister. So this is all, it's all about practice. So that's why, hence the name legal practice course. So with our LPC, you'll also get a MSc or a LLM degree at, without any extra cost. So it's almost like a dual degree. There is one, so you'll get an LLM legal practice if you want to with LPC as well. So you'll get LPC plus LLM legal practice. And as you see, there are 2 stages to it. Stage 1, your core practice areas, and stage 2 is your professional elective modules. So it's all about practice, and it's all about skills. It's all about, so for me, the way that I see the LPC is, obviously it is a professional qualification route, but even after doing LPC, the LPC will be relevant to you outside of the UK as well, because of the way that the course is designed. The type of skills that you'll be gaining after this course is relevant in any context. Similarly, BPC, again, it's also a practice course. It's a professional practice course. It's designed, to follow the stages of litigation from start of the case to its end, conclusion or an appeal. So you'll follow every step that a typical case will follow. So you'll cover some knowledge areas, core skills, and you can choose some specializations as well. And you will participate in mock trials in real courtrooms. You will meet with real judges. You'll be taught by real barristers, anyways, practicing barristers in our courses. You'll be visiting various courts as part of the training program. So with LPC, our success rate with placing students with a training contract is 97%. So that's a very high success rate of getting a training contract after doing the LPC. And with our BPC, 58% of our BPC students have gained a pupillage with the help of our employment office, and obviously the work that the students have put in throughout the course. So just a little bit about the training contract itself. I know that for a lot of international students, this is a very important stage. This is the final stage of the path to become a solicitor. So it involves 2 years of time spending with or working in a legal firm or any other organization that can employ solicitors. And Law Society's recommended minimum salary would be between £22,000 in London, around £22,000 in London, and outside London will be £19,000. Most of the firms, they always follow this recommendation, and it will be even higher than this. So this is just a guideline, just so you know. And we have a new partnership with Deloitte for 2020 for this year, where they're designing some training contracts for our students. And these are the sample, like examples of some firms who will be who offer training contracts to our students. The solicitor route is changing from 2021. So this change will not be applicable to anyone who is joining this September. If you're joining LLB or GDL or MA Law or LPC in September 2020, these changes will not be applicable for you. Just want to emphasize that. These changes are only for students who are coming in 2021. So what they're doing is SRA has the regulatory authority. They're introducing qualifying examinations. So all the solicitors will have to pass the SQE in order to qualify from next year onwards. There will be two types of examinations. So it's not just a course. After the course, you'll have to do these examinations, which are, the first stage is usually a test based. So it's known for function. It's testing your knowledge of the law, and the second stage is legal skills. So it's they assess your practical skills, which involves role play and simulations. Obviously, a lot of information will be available in closer to the time, but this will not be applicable for anyone who is joining this September. So this is not relevant for students who are coming to the university again, this September. So those are the professional courses that we were talking about. Apart from those, we also offer academic masters. So for law students, obviously LLMs are the ideal academic masters that they can choose. And these are the various specializations that we offer, ranging from company law to corporate governance to human rights, mediation and alternative dispute resolution, which is a very popular choice for a lot of students. Apart from the LLMs, we also offer MSc in legal technology. So it's a very interesting course. It suits a lot of students who are from legal background, but who are working in technology sector or vice versa. So CIOs, CTOs, who come from technical background, but they need to understand the legal regulatory side of things. This course would be ideal for them. We also have the largest undergrad cohort in the UK for when it comes to LLBs. So we have it's a pretty big cohort that we have, and these are these various specializations that we offer under LLB. All the LLBs are 3 years in the UK. And apart from LLBs, we also have other undergrad degrees under our law faculty, which is BSc Professional Policing. It's a very interesting course. Not many universities offer this program. It's suitable for students who would like to pursue career in police or intelligence bureaus like MI5, MI6, etc. We also offer criminology and sociology, and politics and international relations. Apart from those courses, we also offer a LLB senior status. So for those of you who already have a non-law degree, but who would like to get a LLB degree, you could actually come for a 2-year LLB program. So because you already have an undergrad, your undergrad program or degree, you do not have to spend 3 years with, to finish the LLB. So the same LLB you can finish in 2 years. We call that as LLB senior status. So entry criteria for our law programs, for LLB, we need 3 Bs in the A levels. So that is, I'm just, because it's we have students from different parts of the world today. So I'm just keeping that to the UK based on UK qualifications. But if you need your country specific entry criteria, you could go to law.ac.uk, which is our website. In that, you can select the international students page, and there is a country page for every, most of the countries that we get students from. So you can select your country, and then you can you can go through more your country equivalent qualifications. So for example, 3Bs for us, 3Bs in India would be, say, about 70% in your 10+2. And we do need IELTS of 6.5 average with not less than 6. And for masters, for graduate diploma in law, which is 1 point entry point, the other entry point is LLM. So for these two, we need 2.2 in your undergrad program. And same IELTS. IELTS would remain the same, 6.5, not less than 6. Whereas BPC, we need 7.5 in all 4 components. BPC is very, we have high, we always have higher entry, our entry criteria is quite high. And for LPC also, we need 2.2 with 6.5 IELTS, not less than 6. So apart from the law faculty, as I mentioned, we also offer business programs. Because we've always been working very closely with the industry, it made sense for the university to start offering business programs, and we are very successful with that. So these are the various undergrad programs that we offer. So the standard business undergrad program is called BBM in the UK, BA Business Management with Finance and other specializations. BSc International Business, it's an interesting program. As part of the program, it's a 3-year program, but this whole of the second year, the students will be spending, you'll be actually doing a work placement. And these are the master's courses that we offer under the business school. So MSc Strategic Business Management, and a lot of you've covered most of the core functional functional areas in a business management, So from strategic business management to marketing to finance to accounting, project management, digital marketing, business intelligence. All you can see there is a lot of emphasis on digital side of it. So we've done we've redesigned the courses recently to incorporate as much digital and online aspects into it. So for example, MSc Project Management is not based on hardcore engineering. It's actually based on IBM's design thinking and Amazon's supply chain management. So it's very suitable for students who would like to get into IT project management sort of roles. Or program management sort of roles. Product management is a component of that. So digital sales and management, again, obviously because of COVID has changed the way that we work irrespective of the sector and the area. So even every field is having to adjust to working virtually. So there's a lot of these are very relevant programs for these times. So it's similar to the law. We need, for law we need 3Bs, but for business undergrad we need 2B and 1C, and IELTS of 6.0 with not less than 5.5 for our business undergrad program. Sorry, I just want to mention one more thing. Like for business school, under our business school, we have there's a great advantage for our business undergrad students. Those who complete our undergrad program with us, our business undergrad program with us, they'll get 100% scholarship to do a master's program. So they'll get to do a master's free of cost. They don't have to pay anything for the master's program. So that's something that, so that's a great advantage for our business school undergrad students. And for postgrads, we need 2.2 minimum or international equivalent. And again, as I said, the specific country page will give you specific specific entry criteria equivalent in your country, and we need 6.5 of IELTS, not less than 5.5 in all 4 bands. So this is the sort of I just want to give you a snapshot of the fees that we offer, that we charge, and there's a tuition fee as well as every course will have we offer an international bursary, what we call it. There's a scholarship associated with every course. So for example, if you look at LLM, our LLMs are very, it's a fantastic value for money because the tuition fee is £12,000, but you also get £2,500 scholarship. So your LLM would be £9,500 in central London. Again, it's a fantastic it's a price point of view. Our 3-year LLB, the fees will be £13,750 per year. But you get £2,500 scholarship per year. So GDL, again, it will be 9,700 outside London, and inside London is £12,000, and you get £1,000 scholarship. For business programs, our business masters would range from £11,000 to £12,000, the fee, after scholarship, except for MBA. Our MBA is focused at students who have a lot of experience. This is an executive program, so one needs to have minimum 5 years of managerial experience to do that. So apart from MBA, most of our business undergrad student programs the cost will be about £11,000 to £12,000. And our 3 years BA courses, business undergrad programs will be £13,750, but you get £3,000 scholarship for that. So as I said, just can't emphasize, enough about the employability, the importance of employability. And this must be, I'm sure this is your number one priority in your mind when you're looking to choose an institution or a course or a country, for that matter. So it's super important for international students specifically, even more important. So we have a really good support system in place. Our employability team will be working with you. They'll offer various workshops throughout the course, and you can also take the advantage of the database of opportunities, job opportunities that we have in the campuses, in our system, and that is apart from the 3,000 pro bono cases that I was talking about. And apart from this, we also, as I said, we work with 90 of the top 100 law firms in the UK, and we have a network of about over 900 law firms across the UK. So yeah. Just a quick one on the COVID-19. So obviously, as we all know, we are living through unprecedented times. No one saw this coming, but University of Law, we always offered a lot of programs online. So we had lots of a big cohort of online students anyways. So that made it easier for our current students to switch to online when the COVID situation peaked. So current students are finishing their course as per the schedule, but they're doing all the online everything online, and they're going through the online assessment as we speak. And for the future students, for those of you who are planning to come in September, we are pretty much 95% certain that the face-to-face teaching will happen. So there could be some blended teaching, what we call as so there will be a combination of online as well as offline. So some classes might be online as well. So but that is you still be in the UK. So if it is a huge class maybe. So but more specific information will be released closer to the time. But in case if the face-to-face is not happening, and if you're not able to come to the campus because of virus at any time, we have a number of contingency plans in place. So you can do the same course online, or we can do something called online streaming. So you can start the course online and then switch to an offline course, or you can defer your place to next January, because we are planning to offer additional programs in January 2021. Or you can, we also have a very flexible refund policy in place if you decide to change your mind. So, and also in response to COVID, we also started accepting. So we didn't. I appreciate that a lot of IELTS centers are closed in your country at the moment, or everywhere worldwide. So if you're not able to take a test, IELTS test, we accept these online tests as well. So you can do an IELTS indicator, which is an online version of IELTS. We do accept that. And apart from that, we also accept TOEFL, IBT Home Edition, and we also accept language cert. So these are the 3 online tests that you can take. You can take these tests at your home. All you need is a good web camera and a laptop. So these are my contact details. That's my email ID. And what I will do is
done.
What I'll do is I will just quickly look at the chat box so that I can see, and I'll try and answer some questions for you. So feel free to send me any, shoot any questions. Hi, Riza. Sorry, I hope you could hear my voice in the end. Yeah. So
Okay. Thank you so much, my friend, my dear. In the name of God. Hello.
Hello, hi. Yeah, I'm happy to answer your questions. If you want to type in the chat box, please. How about the tuition fee and scholarship opportunities?
Okay, no problem. I want to read a passage, okay?
Omar, you were asking about the tuition fee and scholarship opportunities. I don't know if you missed the slide, but I'm just put that slide up here. Which programs are you looking for? This is the tuition fee for our law programs, and this is the tuition fee for our business programs. How does the process go with regards to maybe getting a study permit to study in the UK? Yeah, I mean, once you apply for the for the course, you'll get an offer letters, and once you've met all the conditions, and you'll get an unconditional offer letter. With that, you'll have to make a deposit of £3,000 to get something called